Respected leader, Madam, Dr. Wati Aier, and all the peace-loving members, I would like to thank for this honor given to me. And when Dr. Nguli asked me to come and be part of this program, I told him that I'm very insignificant because we work in a very different setting. But again, my friend Dr. Henshid reminded me of coming, so I take this as an opportunity to share something about my own experience and also something to ponder together. I wish to begin by congratulating the FNR, led by the convener and everyone who have been sacrificing, working in this very entrenched, hostile settings for a curative and restorative process, which we have heard from our convener. After FNR started its reconciliation and peace-building process, the mission, one of the critical questions many critics from within and outside raised was, how far can FNR hold the water in the changing dynamics of Naga politics? Can FNR bring together all the political groups to a final settlement of Naga peace talks with Government of India? Some years back, during one of the NPCC meetings, as one of young executives, I asked Dr. Wati this question: Sir, can you please enlighten the church leaders? Where is this reconciliation peace process heading? And what must be the churches in Nagaland do? What could be the role of the NPCC? Dr. Wati sir kept quiet. He did not say anything. When I was very young, my grandfather would always advise me, son, when you hear something new, when people bring up issues, don't speak out everything at one go. Always remember you are accountable for what you say. Reserve, or in other words, spare something to talk tomorrow. As a matured person, Dr. Wati sir knew what to speak and what not to speak at that moment. Perhaps he knew that the work of FNR was progressing and the reconciliation is a long-term process by which the parties must build trust, learn to live cooperatively, and create a stable peace. People can make comments, express their observations, and even criticize based on their expectations. One of our poem's sayings, bamboo wounds, or call it scars, or the mark, takes time to cure, then that in a tree or an wood is so relevant for reconciling of parties involved in violent dispute, which has lasted for many decades. Despite many challenges from within and outside, over the years we have witnessed that FNR had progressively steered in bringing all the leaders and the groups to a common platform. It is imperative for every citizen to understand that engaging in reconciliation work and peace building isn't just simply as giving a talk or preaching a Christmas sermon. It involves dialogue, admissions of failures, admission of mistakes and guilt, judicial processes, speak truth, and seek forgiveness. It requires a process. All this can happen only when everyone becomes convicted of the need for a peace. Without conviction, reconciliation cannot be weaved towards the actual purpose. We all will agree, Nagaland wasn't peaceful 2 decades before. And in the process, the members have faced many inexpressible experiences during the conflict-stricken process and situation. Yet the concurrence, harmony we see today is the outcome of the sacrificial effort FNR and all the members have played. It is important to recognize the determination of the FNR and very significant to acknowledge all our political leaders from different political groups for the conviction they have, to resolve, to reconcile, and restore peace. The bringing together of different parties towards reconciliation and peace is possible only when we allow Jesus Christ to take control of what we go through based on what he did. The peace that Jesus demonstrated in his ministry now belongs to his followers. In him, we no longer recognize worldly divisions of race, class, or gender. He is our peace. For he himself is our peace, who has made the two parties one and has destroyed the barrier, the dividing wall of hostility. I just swiftly mentioned the past initiatives and the outcome based on the willingness of all the parties involved. Today, from the perspective of the outsiders, as one of our speakers had just narrated, the entire Northeast region has been categorized as embroiled in violent conflict at various points. In this given context, what is our role beyond the way forward? I think the initiative of the FNR and the coming together of all the parties, of all groups, is a right model for others to witness. According to the statement under the title Kolkata Meeting, issued on October 18, 2022, it stated that the meeting was held with a renewed spirit of commitment in response to the Naga people's yearning for reconciliation and unity in purpose. I got, understanding the urgency to rise above our present condition, the NPGs and the NSCN are committing ourselves to the values of truth, forgiveness, justice, and peace as the discerning power to help us choose a shared future over the divisions of the past. End of quote. Our history tells us that even our ancestors were drenched with conflicts for many generations, yet they could attain reconciliation and peace. In this process, they had a mediator, a messenger, and a peace model who and which brought together the conflicting parties. And today, FNR and all the respected leaders have taken this special and similar role. Looking beyond, it is important to build upon the statement of the Kolkata Declaration. We urge the Naga public to jointly participate and support this process of shaping and building this future together. The FNR also mentioned in its concluding remark, I quote, at the recently concluded celebration of 150 years of Christianity among the Nagas, the Nagaland Baptist Church Council, in its 10th point commitment, prophetically, I repeat, prophetically resolved to work for greater unity and better understanding among the various groups of people through cessation of selfish pursuit and conflicts that divide and damage the historical harmony of the Nagas. To this end, we affirm our shared oneness and resolve to stand in the gap in our collective search for political solution that is non-violent and honorable. In keeping with working for greater unity and better understanding, the Forum for Naga Reconciliation said it is committed to collaborating on a strategic plan with the Naga Political Groups and Naga civil society as a dynamic process for moving forward. End of quote. The context today is very relevant. While some churches in Nagaland have observed 150 years, few of them 125 years of Christianity. Majority of the churches in Nagaland are observing 175 years Jubilee. Can NPCC and its churches work towards biblical jubilees, making our jubilees rooted in the Bible? I had the opportunity, and I get the opportunity to travel to different places, to speak in different churches and other civil society programs. People always ask, when you mark your jubilees, is it a biblical jubilee? After all, leaderships in different societies are members of our churches, and it is an obligation for the churches to evangelize all the members to be true followers of Jesus Christ, and most importantly, Bible-believing and Bible-practicing Christians. It is imperative that this platform bring all the tribal leaders together and instill in them the urgency for reconciliation and peace. Adopt exemplary models of peacekeeping and peacemaking. Each tribe have and root them through biblical jubilees. For example, like you might have heard about our Phom Day, which happens on the 6th of June. I think Phoms were the last tribe to put a cessation to headhunting. But on the 6th of June, despite differences and challenges, the leaders came together, dug a bit, and buried all their fighting duels. And since that day, we commemorate it as a peace day. So all tribes in Nagaland have different peace models. So it is like FNR had already initiated, bringing together of different tribal leaders and experts, and use this model with biblical models and rooted in the Bible. Biblical jubilees will take us forward. Bringing together of leaders, including the church, who have been engaged in peace and reconciliation based on using their successful model, will be added wisdom towards this big movement of permanent peace. James 3:17-18 says, "But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace reap a harvest of righteousness." The journey might take time, but once it becomes people's movement, and these models are demonstrated during church jubilees, the purpose and initiatives of FNR and all the members will see its purpose fulfilled with lasting and permanent peace achieved. Thank you and God bless.